feel like the East is sneaking up on people more than they think. For me, we keep the main thing. The basketball game has to be played. You know, all the lineups and everything looks good on paper, but at the end of the day, we still got to go out there and play ball.
Bam, this question comes from our audience watching live on our Heat YouTube live stream. They want to know, how does the addition of Khalil Ware impact your role on the team?
I guess I got somebody out there that's 7 feet. But nah, he'll be a great addition to our team. Not only me, but I've seen the kid grow from the time he got drafted till now. So it's a good sign that he's growing already, and hopefully he'll be able to get playing time because my rookie year is supposed to not play me. So hopefully he'll get playing time and earn that in training camp.
And there's been buzz around your shooting, obviously last season, we've seen it over the summer, and suppose just kind of talk about just minor tweaks for the offense this season and stuff like that. Do you see your shooting maybe changing up of what the looks can be offensively? Like what could shift, I guess, of way teams can defend you guys if you're in the spacing different spots consistently?
Spacing the floor, I mean, obviously it makes life easier for Jimmy, Terry, Tyler to get to the basket, and also myself. So just open up the floor and just making it easier for driving kicks.
MGM Remix Sports Media, Bam. You and Spo had a great role impacted on this Team USA gold medal run. How has that experience made you two closer, and how has it made you a better leader and player for this team this season?
I'd say it made us closer. I mean, I'm going into year 8 at this point. It's crazy. And this is, I feel like, legitimately like our first time that wasn't in a Heat uniform. We won something together. So having that moment is always special. We'll always be able to remember that moment of going through the summer of giving our time to our country and being able to come out with a gold medal.
Bam, you kind of touched on it earlier about the East and all the things that are said. At this point in your career, with what you've accomplished and you want to accomplish, what is your main motivation as you had every year? Like, what do you mentally say, okay, this is my motivation as a player and for the team to prep for a new season?
Main thing, motivation, man. I mean, I like winning. And as simple as that is, like winning should motivate you. Winning feels great, right? Being able to be, top dog at something, no matter if it's checkers, dominoes, NBA. Y'all know who that is. But being able to, long story short, just win.
Hi, Bam. You recently got the key to the city. What was your favorite moment from that honor?
Or just being able to get the key, being able to be recognized as a great person in this community, and everything that I've done this far. So being able to get recognized for the key is a great moment for me.
Anyone else? Good, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Question for Tyler.
Tyler, I know last season didn't end the way you guys wanted as a team, but for you, it was a big deal to be in the playoffs after missing the run before. So I'm curious as to what did you personally take out of that Boston series and how they chose to defend you as well?
First of all, hello everybody. No, it took a lot away from last year overall, and obviously last playoff. They kind of being, I don't want to say the number one option, but kind of being that first scoring option in that series. You know, I definitely was guarded like that. From Drew to Derek White, Jaylen Brown, just rotating different guys on me, seeing multiple bodies at once. You know, being very physical with me off the ball, kind of not letting me get comfortable and letting me get into my game. But you know, I took a lot away from that scenario right there, to be able to play with a guy leaning on me, a guy having, you know, their body on me the entire time, and not taking a body off me on that offensive end is something, you know, I worked on all summer, just trying to create different space without having the ball in my hands. So I'm excited to be back and kind of, you know, get after it.
Hey, Tyler. You alluded to it just recently, but Spo's talked about how you had a really good summer in preparation. Was there anything different you did this summer compared to previous, or is it just sort of business as usual?
Just business as usual, trying to continue to get better every single year. You know, getting stronger, continuing to keep my mind right, get my mind right, and prepare for this long season. And obviously, trying to stay healthy is a big thing for me this season.
Maybe to help you stay healthy through the season?
I was eating a lot of food this summer. Honestly, I was just eating everything. That was my goal, was to kind of just. I ended the season 189. I weighed in at 201 this morning, so I gained like 12 pounds, and this is the heaviest I've came into camp in my career. So trying to keep the weight on and being able to stay healthy, I think that will help, you know, be more durable, having a little bigger frame throughout the 82 game season, and then just taking care of my body recovery wise, and, you know, truly being a professional in that side of the sport. I put the work in on the court, and in the weight room. It's kind of all about staying healthy and putting that, you know, recovery work in as well.
Tyler Spo just said that he wasn't going to talk starters, and then he listed you, Terry, Bam, and Jimmy, which we took to indicate he's already got 4 of them kind of penciled in. I know you get asked it every year, and people talk about your role every year. Why does starting matter? And do you honestly care one way or another, as long as the minutes and the role and the being part of the closing unit, all that stuff is there?
Honestly, I'm going to just leave it to Spo and Pat. Whatever they say I am, that's what I am. Y'all can say I'm a starter, I'm off the bench. We're going to let the best coach in the league decide. We're going to let one of the best GMs or presidents ever to do this decide. If I'm starting or coming off the bench, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win a championship.
With that said, Tyler, Spo was talking about kind of the dynamic of you and Terry. We obviously get to see it for a long period of time. I guess, what are you kind of looking at to kind of for this season with that pairing? How do you think it can work for long periods offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I think it can work, you know, tremendously in a good way. You know, we're both, I would say, a little bit smaller guards, but we're fast. We can both shoot the ball. We can play make. Our games are similar in that way on the offensive end. I think the biggest thing is just trying to come up with, you know, different collaborating ways of how we can share the ball with each other. And a big part too is I think I'll play off the ball a little bit more this year than I have in the past. I've worked on that, you know, all summer. I still can handle the ball and get into pick and rolls, but, you know, really being effective off the ball in that starting 5 lineup, if that is the lineup, and I think I'm ready for it.
Tyler, there's obviously a lot of positives that come out of picking up weight and everything, but a couple of the drawbacks from people in the past, maybe it's a little more stress on the joints, and maybe it's a little bit more difficult with movement and everything. Just curious what you've sort of learned over the years and how to adjust to that. And obviously, as somebody who's trying to stay healthy this year, is that one more thing you have to sort of think about?
Yeah, for sure. As I was adding weight, kind of just being able to stay with my different movements that I work on, making sure my body is still being able to move at the speed I wanted to, even though I did gain a couple pounds, which I think it is. I've gained weight in the past, and I've kind of lost it throughout the season, obviously with a lot more conditioning in the season, and the scheduling is harder for me to stay on the diet that I was on this summer, but we've kind of put a place and plan where hopefully I can keep my weight on, and I think that'll help me throughout the season with staying healthy. And like I said, a big part of staying healthy is recovery and trying to take advantage of all the little times that I can get recovery.
Season. Was this something that you just wanted to change the appearance, or is this the game face locked in mode?
It's a little bit of both. Definitely cut the hair down. I'm gonna keep it like this throughout the whole season. So it's all business, and it's kind of my little military cut I'm going with. So I kind of like it for now.
All right, Tyler, that's all I got for you.
Appreciate it.
No, you're trying to get rid of hair. I'm jealous for like I did.
I was looking forward to you, Ira.
There you go. Everyone takes pictures of me, so I gotta take pictures of everybody else.
Fair. So after a good rookie season, what did you spend your summer really thinking about? What did you take away from your experience with the select team as well?
I mean, there's so many things. I think one is just having that experience of having 1 year under your belt and now knowing, all the little things. It's not really just basketball, but it's about more, take care of your body and mentally, always being able to stay focused. So I think I have a much better ground, much better base to build off of after my first year, now going into my second year. So I'm excited about that.
You started to build your reputation because you were playing so well early last year. You already kind of got that. Teams adjusted to you, there were counters, there's a scouting report. So was it valuable for you to have all the information to really look back on and think about this summer?
Yeah, 1,000%. I mean, I think I've spent a lot of time in the film room as well, being able to see defensive schemes and game plans, even for teams game planning against myself and again for, other assets that we have on our team. So just being able to look at that and take that in for an entire summer and focus and hone in on those things is really crucial. And I'm excited to implement that all into this second season.
Spo mentioned 4 guys for the starting lineup, so he kind of made it feel like he's not going to mention the fifth. The fifth spot might be up for grabs at this moment. Do you have a goal? Do you want to be a starter, or does it really matter to you?
I think, at first that's something that a lot of guys, even including myself, that's something, obviously you want to be a starter. However, I'm very comfortable. I had a lot of fun coming off the bench. I thought it was a very good role for me. Not to say that I don't want to be a starter, but I'm very much open to anything. Wherever coach thinks I fit the best, that's where I'm going to go, and that's what I'm going to try to excel at.
As a player who came in a little bit older and had a very productive first season, there's almost this narrative that your growth ceiling might be sort of limited or where you are. Does that bother you at all that with so many other players, people talk about potential and what they can be, and sort of is what he is. What's your thought on that, and where do you want to take your game?
Yeah, there's a lot of places I want to take my game. I don't think I'm, close to where I can be. I don't want to say I'm at my prime yet. I think I got a lot of years left to go. But as far as it bothering me, guys are going to say, whatever they want. Everyone's going to have their opinions. So, you just take that for what it is and you focus on yourself and the people that you have around you. And I use that to the best of my ability, and I'm able to block out all that noise and just focus on what I need to focus on.
Summer League, you showed us you're ready for the three-point shootout. On this team, you can't keep trading 2s for 3s. It doesn't work. How important or integral will the three-point game and growth be in your game?
I think it's going to be very critical. As far as last year, there was a lot of times where I had the ball in my hand, had to make plays. With a lot of guys being back and healthy, I know that, things change, and I'm going to have to be ready to be able to spot up on the three-point line and knock down shots, which I'm confident to do. I know the team's confident in me, I'm confident in myself. We've put in a lot of work this summer to get better, and I'm excited to go display that out this year.
You guys weren't quite where you wanted to be last year offensively as a whole. But now, with everybody healthy, you have a lot of shot creators and you have a lot of shooters in theory. How do you guys want to bring this all together? Does the offense need to look different? How can you be more kind of in some of your parts?
I think a lot of it has to start. I think a lot of the offense starts on the defensive end. With being able to get stops, easy layups, I think that is the most important thing of having a great offense. In the half court, we're gonna get to our guys. We got Jimmy, Bam, or initiators and create, and we got guys like Terry and Tyler who can do a lot off the ball and with the ball in their hands as well. So it's just all about finding that balance and figuring out where guys fit. And I'm excited, but I think most importantly, having that consistent defense to produce points is going to be huge for us.
saw your mid-post work kind of last year, kind of be a big part of your game. Do you feel like hunting mismatches is kind of going to be a big difference for this year for you, just kind of hunting smaller guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's always going to be the case. Always trying to pick your matchups strategically is always very important. You got a smaller guy on, you take him in the post. You got a bigger guy, you take him out. So that's just kind of a part of basketball. So I'm sure that's going to be, utilized throughout this next year as well.
Thanks.
Last year, media day. Last year, media day, you started talking about kind of your long-term plan, UD role eventually. Where are you kind of a year later into how you're thinking about things?
I mean, I still think I can play. I have potential, but again, potential is just a word. What did Duncan say?
Something like that.
Some bullshit like that. No, yeah, he's always trying to be so pathetic. Jesus. No, I feel really good actually coming into this year. I feel peace of mind and fresh and fleet of foot. So no, I feel good. I don't necessarily think I'm in that UD role where he was at the very end of his career, but certainly at some point I've spoken about it. I'd love to be in that role, just because I think over time things change, but in terms of being able to lead in a certain way as well as pay it forward to the younger guys and even guys that have been in the league for a long enough time, I'm looking forward to that.
The team was the lineups with you 5 last year. You got time.
I'm not. My hair isn't like.
Please shave it. The lineups with you at the 5 last year were obviously some of the best offensively. That really just greased the wheels. Spo also wanted to protect your minutes, but I think you were down to 16 or 17. Do you feel like that number of minutes is still right for you?
Yeah, I want 30 plus this
30
year.
plus, yeah.
No, I mean, I think that was a good sweet spot, especially because, I told everybody I got the best job in the world. I get the backup band. But I think in terms of him logging heavy minutes and then us not really playing together, with a small ball lineup, 4s and 5s, that
No, it's nothing harmless. We just got to do this.
That's the photo?
Yeah, that's it. That's literally it.
But no, I think with Bam playing heavy minutes, I think that like 15 to 20 minute area was a sweet spot. And then again, if I was rolling or things were going well, that I might break into like the mid 20s. But no, I think certainly playing those 16, 17 minutes crazy hard, I can be very efficient. And if I need to play more, great.
Team obviously drafted a center as well, so even
I'm
5
so
minutes,
mad at them, God.
How are you feeling about playing, some minutes alongside Phil, and also helping him, bring him along?
I think that's what's exciting is, you see the potential, you see all the tools that he has, and how he can affect this team in the short term, but really in the long term. I think that's where it's fun for me because, though I was never that high wire act, that 7-footer, I've had to play against him. Guys like me are looking for a certain something or an advantage to score on them. So like just imparting that, I think will be a lot of fun. And I do think from a skills perspective and helping just bring them along offensively will be one of the things I take pride and a lot of joy in. So it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
So what do you do to keep yourself just motivated and ready for the game, ready to keep going, ready to keep pushing for the next year?
Just still keep in love and fall in love again with the process. I mentioned when I got here a year and a half or 2 years ago that it was refreshing, not only coming to a new team, but this type of organization. I feel like a lot of the ways that I've approached the game and processed the game are similar to how things have been and already were here. So I think that's it, just continuing to chase the game in every way that I can and just be in the game as long as I can.
And no pun intended, because you did say you love the game. Love the game.
Yeah, I love the game. So you just got to keep chasing it. I love it.
He'd obviously feel comfortable.
You're a lefty?
I am a lefty.
13%
of the population.
Scratch.
It cannot be read. So that he'd obviously feel comfortable, obviously with your skills still at a good high level, to commit the 2 years. What made you interested What made you interested in a second year?
I want to see what all these guys say. I think, obviously we knew that Bam was going to be here, and he's very likely going to be a Heat lifer. But I just think settling and not looking at the next 12 months, I have a little bit of a runway for at least 2 years, and then we'll see after that. Would love to get to that round number in 20, but no, certainly love being here, playing, giving myself to the team, keeping the locker room light and fun. It just made a lot of sense on my end to look for that and want to be here at least for 2 more years.
Okay. MGM Remix Sports Media. The Heat younger core won the Summer League, and did that give you any deja vu vibes from when you were in Summer League? And how has the young players impacted you, just their energy and affection?
They keep me young. I mean, I feel like they continue to breathe new life into all of us. They approach the game in a certain way. Obviously, the front office and ownership, they draft a certain player, a certain mindset, somebody who's going to fit within what we're trying to get done. I think you saw that at Summer League. Big shout out to Dan, the head coach. So, we love to see it. We love to see. I mean, I'm not going to say that's a small win, but we like to celebrate, things like that happen. And I just think it's just mentally, as an organization, who we are. We go out there to win every single game, and in Summer League it was no different, and they got it done.
And have you had a chance to get in touch with Khalil, speak to him, and being that mentorship for the season?
For sure. You didn't get to spend too much time with him over the summer, but just seeing him here in the gym, seeing how he operates, how he moves, what he's capable of, where he can get better. I mean, he's still very raw and hasn't played his first game in the NBA, but again, our whole crew, we're going to bring him along and get him up to speed fast.
What are you proudest of in your career to this point? Is it just staying this long? Is it producing? Is there something that...
Yeah, I think the game has changed a lot since I came in 2008 in a lot of ways, and just being able to adapt and change within that. I mean, I talked to Kyle Lowry last night, and he's I think if PJ Tucker doesn't sign, I believe he's the last in his draft class. And I told him that's really something special that you've done. Like, that's something in itself, that you've been able to last that long. And now he's in Philly. It's kind of like a storybook ending for him when he does eventually hang it up. And for me, I saw Derrick Rose retire, and that was emotional for me because he's somebody I've known forever. I've had a 20-year relationship with. He, that kind of struck me and moved me. And I looked at, how many people are left from that draft. There's only 6 of us. I mean, it's wild that we're coming to an end of an era for certain players or guys that came in when a few years before and a few years after. I mean, Gordon Hayward as well. That was wild to me. He was my class in high school, but I think that's probably what I'm most proud of, because I think when I was first coming into the league, I was like, oh, if I can play a dozen years, that would be amazing. So I've eclipsed that and signed through 18 years. But yeah, professionally in the game of basketball, that's probably what I'm most proud of, has been able to adapt my game and make sure that I can impact the game as the game has progressed and changed.
Good answer. Thanks.
Cool.
Thank you. For summer, yeah, it looked enjoyable. I wasn't around the team much, but I watched every game. And I'm curious as to what you took out of that experience, learning how your game fits into the league. How did you build off that the last few months, and what did you kind of focus on adding to your game to prepare yourself for this?
Man, the summer was a lot of fun. Just to piggyback on that, definitely capping it off with the championship. That was something that we set out as a goal for ourselves from day one when we went through the summer league training camp. So that was fun to see that just take shape over the course of the summer. Probably the main thing I learned about how to translate to the league is being able to make other guys' lives easy. And it's funny how the game rewards you that way with some of your own opportunities, but just being able to get some of these elite athletes, elite playmakers, shot makers, just in easy positions to be themselves. And I get a lot of joy out of that. So it's been a good pairing that way.
Unofficial stuff, what have you learned from Bam trying to pick up roles with him?
Man, I think the main thing is, one, I haven't gotten to run pick and roll with him myself, but I've seen him. We've been on the floor together. The way he communicates, the way he gets in and out of his screens, he can plan them, he can quick roll, he can short roll, and then he's also a great decision maker out of it. And so I think as a point guard, whenever that opportunity does come for myself, that could be a pretty good two-man game.
You were a really good shooter in college. You obviously shot incredibly well in the summer. Is there anything you feel like you need to change about your game? Because with the added distance to the NBA line, and especially off the dribble, do you feel like your off the dribble shot can really be a weapon for you at this level?
I definitely think it can be. Just continuing to speed it up, continuing to add depth and range to my jumper. Obviously, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I made it to this point so far. So just continuing to trust the work, and we rep it out every single day. We got coaches that are on us, helping us make proper corrections, minor tweaks here and there, but also the confidence comes from the work. So staying in the gym, it'll take shape for itself when it's supposed to.
Spo told us he watched the Summer League games from Olympic duty in Paris and London. When you talked to him after he came back, what did he mention to you as an area that he wanted to see growth in as a focus point?
The main thing was just continuing to work on my body, continuing to get stronger, continuing to put on the right kind of weight. The NBA is a very physical league, no boys allowed, as they always say. So just continuing to develop that way and using my quickness and my IQ to my advantage, both on the offensive, but even more so on the defensive end, and continue to just bring that tenacity and continue to make plays that way.
You mentioned your height. Are there any pro guys that have a lot of success at your height that you look at specifically as models?
The two that I watched the most over the past year is Mike Conley and Tyus Jones. And even more so for me, I got a chance to train with Tyus Jones' older brother for pre-draft, so we watched a ton of film on him. Had a lot of great conversations. Just two guys that have stuck around for countless years at this point and have been able to earn trust through their coaching staffs. And a lot of the time, bro, move. And a lot of the time, they're able to be trusted, late game situations to go out there and execute. And I think that's something that I'm trying to follow.
Both guys with really high assist turnover ratios.
Absolutely. Very, very smart players, savvy with the ball. And they're not high maintenance guys either. And I think that's something I could really take away from them.
I know you're a mature, grounded guy. I'm sure your emphasis now is skill development to try to be an NBA player long term. That said, the more immediate, I guess, goal, if you're going to look at it, would be somehow transferring from Exhibit 10 to a 2A. Is that on your mind, knowing obviously it comes with more money as a 2A deal? Have you thought about that? Is that a big goal for you?
Definitely have thought about it, but as of right now, I'm just trying to get better each and every day. I can't control those decisions that get made, but I can try to put my best foot forward. We got some really good guys in this organization, and my goal is to just come in and compete and try to do the best that I can and let the chips fall where they may. So definitely want to continue to build and achieve new heights in this game, and I know we're working from the ground up, but I didn't expect anything different. And so just the fact that I get this opportunity to show what I can do and continue to build on that, I think that's a blessing.
MGM,
thanks so much.
Remix Sports Media. First and foremost, congratulations on winning the Summer League.
Appreciate it.
What type of feeling did you get out-of-body experience from doing anything on that stage? And does this feel like a 2K Vibe player deja vu moment for you?
Man, definitely feels like a 2K Vibe player moment. We was actually talking about that when we was putting the jerseys on downstairs. I'm a big 2K guy. I've been playing it since I was a kid. But Summer League was a whole lot of fun, and like I said, being able to cap it off with a championship, knowing that was a goal we talked about and set out for on day one, and then even losing about 40 points in the first game too to bounce back and piece it all together and just continue to trust the process, not fall into the depths of some of that. I think that was huge for us, so it was a great learning experience for me.
Got you. Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate you.
Thanks. Good luck with everything. I'll wait for the music to be over before they ask you about your health insurance for Elton's time, but this team in theory has a lot of shot creators on it, and we didn't get a chance to see a lot of you and Tyler, but we certainly didn't get a chance to see a lot of you, Tyler, and Jimmy, and Bam, and Hyman, all those guys together. The offense wasn't overall, even though you were only with the team for however long, where you guys wanted it to be. How do you see the offense coming together with all these shot creators to kind of be more than just the sum of the parts?
I think it's going to come along the right way. As we
we got training camp and stuff for. You know, starting tomorrow, I think it's gonna be huge to see how guys work with each other, and but you look around, you see everybody got their things to say, and don't think it's gonna work out, but we all being ball players. I think it will, and we're ready to prove everybody wrong.
How much are you looking forward to getting on the court for an extended stretch with Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler? What's your vision for that?
I'm super excited. I'm super excited to play basketball, let alone, but to be with them guys is gonna be a lot of fun. Just the whole organization, everybody, just to come back is we all excited for it.
How frustrating was this whole injury process? Just in terms of kind of waiting to get clear, and how good it feel to finally be able to pick up?
It was just annoying me because I'm super competitive, and then just to see my guys go to war in playoffs without me, and I think that was probably one of the main reasons I was brought here. It was tough, but I don't question God. He don't make no mistakes, and I'm just happy to be clear now. And it was a great off season for me, rehab and everything. So I'm just ready to go.
Terry, any part of that body obviously can be a little bit scary. Have doctors told you if you have anything to be concerned with moving forward?
Oh no, nothing to be too concerned with. Nothing crazy. No.
With all the injuries with you and Jimmy and everybody else, does it feel like there's unfinished business with this team, especially how obviously losing in the first round and everything? Does it feel like a huge chip is on the shoulder of this team?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think we all self-motivated, and then you see all this talk, that everybody doubting us. I think that can do nothing but bring even more motivation to us. But I think we all excited and ready to get out there. Obviously everybody know that this team didn't get to play as many games together. So with a healthy team, we feel like we're capable of doing a lot.
Do you have any question, Terry, about a starting role, or do you feel with your tenure in the league, of course you're a starter, and move forward from there? Just because we don't know how things are going to shake out.
No, I mean I'm just leaving that in the hands of Star. I know he'll make the right decision, and we're gonna live with it, whatever.
And there's obviously the talk of duplication of games with you and Tyler. You're both combo 1-2s. You're both scoring oriented. You have a certain ball dominance at times. Are you almost curious to finally get an extended run with Tyler to see how that chemistry works and how you guys will make it work?
I think we all excited. I can speak for everybody. It's we was just it sucks how it ended last year. Guys being injured and stuff like that. But I think it's a new year, and I think we all can move on from the past and just show what we are capable of.
Terry, the Eastern Conference got better. Do you guys feel now like underdogs in the East?
You said what? The conference got better?
The conference got better. Do you guys feel that you guys are underdogs on the Eastern Conference now?
Underdogs, or wherever you want to put it, it don't matter. We still got to play them games and get them between them lines with whoever. So I think we all ready for it. It don't matter what anybody label us, whatever. It don't matter. We ready for the season.
Terry, how can you most help this team this year with the scoring, the playmaking?
Oh yeah, being a ball player, a playmaker, whether it's for myself or others. You got guys talk about Bam and Jimmy all the time. So I want to be the guy. I want to be the guy that make sure they're comfortable getting into their spots and stuff like that. Just helping them be the ball players they are.
When you did start to hit your stride offensively right before the injury last season, what was clicking for you within the offense?
Just a clear mind. You get traded in the middle of the season. You don't know what to expect. Everybody have their 2 cents of what to say, and you're just coming in and you're trying to learn everybody and stuff like that. But once my mind became clear and we knew exactly what we wanted to do with this basketball club, it became easier for me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
So you guys had a little fun over the summer in Vegas. Some good vibes. What have you taken away from that experience in terms of how your game kind of translates to the NBA?
Just being able to, I guess, play through and play with, the Heat style and, learn how they play and develop those habits. So just carry those with me.
What do you feel like you need to prove skill set wise, or what are you trying to show in training camp in your first camp?
I would say, just to develop more defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, learn the Heat habits and, put those into my game. So.
A lot of people are interested in the idea of you and Bam playing together. We've talked about it. Are you hoping to get some minutes with him in camp with him already, just to see how it works?
I mean, of course, it wouldn't hurt. So.
What's been the focus for you after somebody missing the run, whether that be coaches and the facility? What's been the focus for you?
Just, working on my game like I've been getting in the weight room a little more, and, just like I said to him, just developing, the heat habits on defensive end, learning on what to do and what not to do. So.
What do you expect from a heat training camp? Pretty rigorous. Have you heard anything about what to expect about your first NBA training camp?
I haven't really heard much, but I'm ready for it though. So.
Is there a Heat veteran who's kind of taking you under the wing yet so far?
Not yet. No, not yet.
What does this Heat culture mean to you so far? What have you kind of witnessed from it, and what are you hoping to kind of grow into as a player?
Anything they can teach me, and I'm willing to, learn and grow wherever they need me to do. So.
What are your expectations for yourself this year in terms of role, rotation, and minutes?
Just to be able to come in and do a big part, even if it's, starter, not starter, coming off the bench, wherever I can do, get in the game and to make an impact. So.
What are you most excited about entering training camp and beginning your NBA journey?
And just playing with those guys, just being around them, learning, picking their head a little bit, learning on the years that they've, been in the NBA to see what they can do and see what they've, been doing in their years. So.
With Bam and K-Love, you're going to be playing with two of the best big men in history. What do you want to learn from them?
Like I said, just learn everything that they've did, through their years of playing the NBA and just to, add it to my game. So.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Welcome back.
Appreciate it.
I'll do it.
Why do I got to be Dr. Dead?
Where are you on cleared and health and everything?
Getting close. So I've been doing some court stuff, a little tiny bit of contact, but not full. But I'll be on the court a little bit of training camp, but it's kind of a roller coaster, so it's kind of like a field thing, but it's getting close.
Has it gone slower than you had hoped?
I didn't really have any expectations, honestly. I was just like, take it day by day and see how it goes. Just attack it.
Do you think the start of the season's in question?
I can't really say that. I don't know.
Did you feel, when you got hurt last year, you felt like you're hitting your stride, you're finding your role?
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's something there that you can now build on once you get back on the portfolio?
Yeah, for sure. I think a lot of it is mentality. So, now I know where I have to be at, and going back in when I get back, then I feel like my mental will be there.
There's a bunch of competition on this roster, and actually just a bunch of guys sort of in your age range and skill range, you, Alec, guys like that. Do you sense that there will be sort of competition at the back end of the rotation based on how this roster is built, and sort of your thoughts on how you might fit in this mix?
There's always competition on rosters, so it's nothing new. I think it'll be healthy, and I think it'll be just whoever plays will be best for our team, you know what I'm saying? And just leave it there.
Speaking candidly, obviously, about the recovery process, is it a little frustrating? And obviously, how important is it to kind of have that mental capacity to kind of stick through it and hope for the best?
It's real frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. And it's an up day, and then it's a down day, it's 5 up days, and then it's like you can't move your arm, which is crazy, but it's just one of those things you gotta grind through, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of little stuff you gotta do, and little movements and angles that I didn't even know my arm was gonna hurt to move, but it's just a constant process. But if it was gonna happen to anyone, I was probably a good person for it to happen to, because I'm patient and I have a settled mentality, so it's been good.
Have you had to find your mechanics again at all?
I kind of reworked it, not like a lot, but I definitely took it from square one, and so I feel like it's good.
Good.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
ESPN West Palm Radio.
Because it seems like what you found was, I'm going to spot up, I'm going to make 40% money.
Yeah, personal Cooper.
Exactly.
So it was a fun summer.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to, after that incredible run that you guys had, which just seems like positive vibes all around, what did you take from that experience and what have you spent the last few months building to your game?
Yeah, I'd say that was kind of like the introduction to all the how we want to play as a Miami Heat, and a lot of concepts that we had to work on, and I think it worked out pretty good when we were doing it. So it was just a fun experience, and obviously the relationships with some guys that are here now with me that we played together in summer league, it was awesome.
Are there expectations for you for yourself in terms of, obviously there's always a player development program here. Some guys go faster, some slower. If you earn it, you end up with minutes. Do you have expectations of yourself as to how the program kind of goes?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna just see what they give you and how they want you to develop, but I mean, you gotta just give it your all and see what comes with it. There's no point not to, and there's a great development coaches. I've already, started to see improvements in parts of my game and stuff like that will help the team win, and that's the ultimate goal, just help the team win.
Is there anything you're focusing on that you feel like you need to show Spo in training camp?
Just how hard I play, that's they drafted me because I was one type of player, so I'm just going to double down on it and show them and prove to them why they have me here.
You have a very unique game. Is there any player in the league that you see similarities with, that you've studied tape of, or that any of the Heat assistant coaches have compared you to or had you evaluate tape of?
I don't think many comparisons from the Heat staff yet. It's been a pretty short time, but I think there's a lot of guys that can, recent years that have similar games to me that can help a team win and kind of do a little bit of everything and defend really well and obviously shoot the ball because you have to nowadays. But Jimmy was a guy that the Arizona coaches showed me tape of, so just how he gets to his spots and his physicality.
Right. And anyone from other teams besides Jimmy that you compare it to?
No, I don't know, not really.
Thank you.
It did stick out when some of you play physical and play downhill more than a person with the shooting reputation would have. How much pride do you take in, and how much do you actually work on kind of working shoulders in the guys and bouncing off and trying to get the free throw line too?
Yeah, that's a big part of my game. That's kind of how I grew up playing, and then the shooting kind of came after because you had to make guys close out, and then it became like one of my specialties in college. So that's always a balance that goes back and forth, I think. And I'd like to say I play physical, but if you ask Tommy Lloyd, Arizona, he'd probably say I flop too much. So no, it's funny. They really helped me through that part to play through contact and stuff like that at Arizona.
In the informal workouts here the last few weeks, who has tested you? Who have you gone against a lot? Who's tried to make you better? Any veteran?
Yeah, we've been playing, against the vets, us young guys, and battling. So it's been some tough games, and we got the best of them a few times. So we've guarded pretty much every guy, and everyone is so different on this team. Like there's guys that, like Duncan, he just runs and all of a sudden he shoots it. So been chasing him for a couple weeks now, and that's been good. And he's been giving me some tips about how to kind of rotate to shooters like him and what to not give him and stuff like that.
Having experienced it this summer so far, what can you tell us about how Heat culture has been so far? Because obviously that's a phrase that's always thrown around.
Yeah, I think Heat culture just, you work really hard, you take care of everything outside so it doesn't affect, what you're actually doing on the court, and just give it your all. Like it's pretty clear in summer league, when pretty much right when I got drafted, Coach Dan texted me like, all right, this is how we want to play, and sent me some clips, and it was all defensive clips of like Josh Richardson picking up full court, being a pest on defense. So you definitely got to be well conditioned to play like that. So that's part of the Heat culture, just being in great shape and playing hard.
What was that, a J. Rich tape that Spo sent you?
No, Coach Bam.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right, Dan Batach, yes.
Yep.
Showed you actually tape of J. Rich doing that. From playing with Ware over the summer, what is the skill there that makes you think this guy can be a really good NBA center?
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, just the way that he moves for that size, like, being able to, or just being gifted with his size is one thing, but being able to move like he does and get out on closeouts and help you, and you get blown by an offensive player, like he was just always there, had our back. So, I mean, there's a lot of things, and then he can also shoot. His touch is great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he has kind of a little bit of everything, and now it's just down to really working, like getting better, and there's not a lot of better places to do it.
Yeah. Was there anything that happened to you this summer as a result of winning Summer League? Did anyone mention it to you? Did it ever come up again after that wonderful Monday night in Las Vegas?
Yeah, I think a few times. No, but definitely friends and family back home. When I got to see them, get home for a little bit, it was definitely a topic of discussion for a little bit, and all the things that goes on social media and stuff too. There's some hype to that, so it definitely came up more than once.
Yeah, and any players from the Pac-12, either former teammates or other players, just text you after that game-winning shot?
Yeah, I mean, definitely my teammates at Arizona and everyone that I play with, coaches, all those guys, and former teammates from other teams too. So, they all said it was an ugly shot, but I said it went in, so it's fine.
Thanks.
Is that your best game winner? Your favorite?
Definitely my favorite, yeah.
What role do you see yourself having here in this first season with the Heat? Are you here to learn, or do you want to realistically try to find a role that you can carve out for yourself here?
I think you're always trying to learn. I mean, if you're not learning, you might be going backwards, but there's always stuff to learn, and I definitely have a lot to learn, and there's a lot of guys that have succeeded in similar roles to me here, so I'm just going to try to impact winning as much as I can. I mean, find stuff maybe other guys aren't doing and just do those. Find a way to impact the game and get on the floor and be a great teammate and just help everyone around me.
What aspects of your game is it that you think that the Heat kind of honed in on and wanted to get you?
No, I think that's why they got me here too, because I do a lot of little things and here and there, and then obviously I can shoot the ball pretty well too. So I think that's a good combination to be a guy that can help winning. You can see, I mean, watching the playoffs, there's a lot of moments that are defined by those little things and hustle plays or defensive assignments and stuff like that. So I think those are very important.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Over the summer,
Yeah,
looked like a really positive experience for everybody. What have you taken from that experience into learning how your game fits at the pro level?
Yeah.
What have you tried to add on or refine in the past few months to prepare for this?
Yeah, I think just especially it's big, winning here. So just to be a part of that, I think you always dream of playing in the summer league, and I wouldn't say you always think winning it all, but I mean it was great experience. So win it all and be around these guys and kind of start to build on that Heat culture a little bit, and just continue to show versatility and all that stuff, and just keep learning and doing whatever I need to do to showcase that ball.
How do you think your game fits? I'm curious. Do you feel like you're more point combo? Do you feel like you could eventually be a two? Like, how do you want to mold and craft your game now?
For sure. I think just kind of whatever's asked. I think I could, do both and continue to get better, off ball as well. At Florida I played, I'd say more on ball, but had flashes, off ball as well. So I think just showcasing I could do both, and kind of whatever's asked, whether that's in that combo role or whatever.
Is there anybody in the league who you kind of watch watch film on a lot and
Yeah.
try and emulate?
I like watching a lot of Andrew Nemhart. Just he could be on ball, off ball. Just that secondary ball handling on the floor, and then guys like Derek White, just defensively. Him in the passing lane, just little stuff, IQ stuff that he does. At a high level off ball. Just trying to take bits and pieces from guys like that.
The staff here is pretty demanding defensively for sure.
Yeah, got to be able to guard.
Is there anything that from the system that actually you kind of had to pick up slowly? Is there any terminology that was different? Like, what has the system been like to you?
Yeah, I think definitely a little terminology and a lot more switching. You see a lot here in the NBA level. So just instead of a drop, sometimes you're switching and just little stuff like that. Just being physical on those switches and stuff like that. So it's little stuff you're learning, but I think it'll help me all in there. So.
MGM, Remix Sports Media. First and foremost, congratulations on winning the Summer League.
Thank you.
How did it feel to go out there and showcase your talent on the big stage? And does this moment feel like a deja vu 2K My Player vibe?
Yeah, no, it was great to win a Summer League. You always dream about being a part of Summer League as well. So to win it all was pretty crazy to look back on do the whole ring ceremony and all that stuff. And then I wouldn't say right now it's hit me fully, but I'll definitely go back to the room and definitely think about this moment and stuff like that. But it's something you always dream of, putting on an NBA jersey and stuff like that, and just being a part of. So it's been great so far.
Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
What are you trying to get from training camp? What are your goals?
Just showcasing, I can, just be versatile, whether on ball, off ball, defend at a high level, just, gain the coaching staff's trust, at the end of the day, and just, really just compete. How can I, help this team in whatever role, that is, and, showcase, I belong.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, welcome to Media Day. After all the fun you guys had, in Vegas for Summer League, how did you take that experience? What did you learn from it, and then what have you spent the last few months kind of building off of from that and adding to your game?
I learned from it that here with Miami Heat, like we all embody the culture, the overall culture. We embody the rivalries. And we're gritty, everybody coming with a chip on their shoulder, and we all carry that. So that's what I learned by just being here with the organization, and that's carried all the way up to here, to the Miami Heat actual team. The Summer League guys, they did a great job of recruiting all the guys to come on that team, and then it's the next level with even better players and older veterans, and that still embody that culture.
As a defensive-minded, defensive-focused guy, do you feel like there's the developmental program here, some guys it takes longer, shorter, whatever, different outcomes, but do you feel like with your defense you can kind of find some minutes maybe earlier on in your career than
For sure. I'm coming into here just trying to do whatever it takes to help the team win. I feel like with who I am, defensive minded, and it can easily translate to the next level. And I'm just here taking every opportunity as possible, just waiting for my opportunity.
Have you already had sort of in your unofficial workouts with the other guys this last month, have you had any welcome to the league moments already?
No welcome to the league moments yet. They're gonna come sooner or later. But just matching up with the guys, realizing like, okay, that's a pro shot. Terry hit a tough shot or something like that. AB hit a tough shot. Like, okay, these guys have been doing it for years. So it's just knowing like I just tried my best and it still wasn't enough. So I got to keep getting better. So that's probably like a welcome moment already. But it's gonna get a lot worse.
Good time.
For sure.
Getting to be around guys like Jimmy and Bam and all these guys, and how fruitful of knowledge do you think that they can give you, and what are you looking forward to most to learning?
I'm here for all the knowledge as possible. I'm making sure I let the guys know that I'm open ears to whatever they got to tell me and everything. So I know they're both vocal guys. They can build their young teammates up, and I'm here for it. I'm trying to learn as much as possible. They say if you start here in your career, you can make it anywhere in life. So I'm glad I'm here.
And also, how special is it just to be along with a guy like Pele, who you've been teammates with, and like in Summer League, and now you're going into camp now?
I always tell myself, if Pele out there on the court with me, I'm good. I could win the war if Pele out there. He gonna dive on the floor, get a charge. He gonna do the extra intangible things. So yeah, that's my road dog. That's my twin. I call him my sweetest twin. Yes, sir.
What are you looking forward to as far as training camp and developing some sort of skills and maybe trying to find a role within this team?
I'm looking forward just to enjoying the energy that's going to be in the room with high-level pros, most likely future Hall of Famers, just finally being able to get that like physical feeling like being out there on the court with them. So I'm going to just enjoy every moment of that.
Who's the Heat two-way guy who's made something of himself that's been the most inspiration to you?
Everybody looks good out there.
Over time, not necessarily.
I'm telling you, like everybody from the E10 guys all the way up to the vets, we all been competing each and every day. We all look good. Like nobody's look like they don't belong here. Everybody look like they belong, and that's kudos to Pat and the guys in the front office too, because they recruited the right guys to come.
And you obviously have a diverse skill set. What has been the staff emphasis with the coaches this month in terms of what specific skill development for you?
Just competing, doing all the extra things that's going to translate. We know guys going to get their shots, and for me, I'm just the guy that's going to linger around and find my way through the basketball. Like, the ball finds energy, so that's just what I'm going to be, just try to get extra possessions for the other guys and make my teammates better, make their job easier.
No positions, or kind of whatever yours is, but do you kind of see yourself in the league as a four or more of a wing?
I don't see myself as anything in regards on the offensive end, but I feel like I can guard whoever's in front of me. So that's how I look at it. I don't really put no position too much to myself. I'm in a 6'7" frame, but I can bump with the bigs, and I can try to stay in front of the guard.
Yeah.
What did Pat Riley tell you, if anything, this summer about watching you in summer league and what he thought of you?
He just said I'm a hard worker, and that means a lot. He done seen everybody. He's on that GOAT status. He done seen all the legends. So for him to say that I'm a hard worker, I'm not gonna let that get to my head. I'm gonna just try to prove him right each and every day.
And in terms of that lunch pail mentality, UD obviously epitomized that with his franchise. Have you had a chance to talk to him at all about
sure, I talked to UD a lot. Me and him both have undrafted backgrounds, and he just took me under his wing so far, and that means the most to me. He's teaching me all the ropes.
Now, has he taken you to lunch? Has it been mostly here?
For sure. He's when it comes to UD, he's going to take care of all the young guys. So he's been taking care of all the young guys, just giving us free game. And I write it down, take care of all that.
MGM, Remix Sports Media. You were a major impact. You made a major impact, and you played a major role on that winning team for the summer league. What would you like to showcase your talent on that grand stage?
Just finally. I guess I kind of got a finally made it moment. Not satisfied, but I'm finally here. Like, got an NBA jersey on. My family's seeing me on TV with the NBA jersey on. So it's like I'm really doing it, along with the other guys that's in my position, who didn't get drafted or did get drafted. Every one of us on this Heat team was slept on. Like, they probably didn't give us the respect that we needed. So we went out there and proved it. We went out there and proved that we was the best team, So just seeing how every one of us bought in, like we all bought into the culture, that's big for me. That's like another year of college. Like, it's not just no NBA lollygag here with Heat culture. It's like real deal. So we grind, we gritty. So I love that about this team.
The growth you showed in college with your three-point game, how did that happen? Did you take 100 shots a day, 500 shots a day?
Just getting in the gym, continue shooting. It really came from trusting my work and just putting my confidence first. My confidence increased as I transferred to make the transfer to Arizona. Coach gave me all the rope I needed to just make mistakes and teach me throughout those mistakes. So having that confidence, that free of mind to get the ball up, that's all the results for those numbers.
How many nights were there in Tucson, off nights, where you just went into the game, went into the gym and shot threes? Were there a handful of those nights that
every day?
there?
Every day. Was in the gym 2 times every day. Me and every one of the players on that team, from Pella all the way down to our walk-on, it's getting better.
Some at night, where you guys would just go in on your own and work on your games?
All the time. We just got practice early, then come back later in the evening. Even getting in before practice too. And that's kudos to the coaches too. The coaches at Arizona, it's real development there.
And last thing on this, was there a certain number of shots that you would make yourself make in those workouts at Arizona when you were just guys there with a couple of your teammate guys late at night? Any number of shots, threes?
A lot of time, me and Pella we'll try to go 10 for 12 from 3 each spots and do that however many times, you know. And when he hot, I'm hot. If I'm off, he'll pick me up. If he off, I'm gonna pick him up. So we just make each other better.
Interesting. Thanks so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
For sure. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, both shots it off.
Yeah.
Top off.
There's been a lot of rehab for you. What's the last 6, 7, 8 months looking like, and how are you feeling right now in terms of what you can do?
Yeah, I mean it's been long since Thanksgiving last year, so it's been a long journey. But I think we set a pretty ambitious goal of being ready by training camp, and I think I got cleared for like everything last week, so we're gonna go into training camp. We're gonna just kind of rock out and see how everything goes. We're gonna have to continue to monitor it, make sure that nothing's responding in a negative way, but up until this point everything's been good. Getting into the contact and all that kind of stuff has continued.
Full contact is good.
Yeah, like full contact is good to go, so I'm gonna brace it for a little bit, just to be cautious and then see where it goes.
You're obviously starting to earn regular minutes last year before the injury. Do you feel, looking back now, you can put the injury behind you, there's stuff that you can build on going this season?
Yeah, I mean, I think any experience that you get is positive, and there's always things you can take away from it. Obviously, it's been a while, but I'm hoping to, over these next couple of weeks, get back to that point and then just continue to grow as a player.
Barring any pain or discomfort, do you think you'll be able to play in preseason games? Have they told you that?
No, we haven't discussed that yet. Personally, I hope so, but I don't see why not. But you never know. It's kind of out of my hands in some situations.
And with you in the midst of injury recovery over the summer, how meaningful was it for you for the Heat to make the two-way commitment to you, which obviously has some financial overtones in a positive way?
Yeah, I mean, extremely. It meant a lot to me. Not even just that, even just them, the way that they treated me through the whole process, just allowing me to be here, allowing me to still be in film sessions and practice and things like that. Just been very appreciative of the whole thing, and so I'm excited to get back out there, and hopefully that opportunity comes again, and then I'm ready when that time comes.
You can almost look at this roster and saying they don't have a true point guard. He's talking Terry and Tyler, a lot of combos. And yet people are also saying the Heat don't have a backup point guard. But do you view yourself as a true point guard and as maybe as someone who can fill the NBA important role of backup point guard?
I mean, I think I definitely view myself more as a true point guard than more than I think you see a lot of guys in the NBA today. I think a lot of guys are, combos, which is not a negative thing at all. I think, being able to do both is very good. I think I consider myself more of a pass-first guy. And I think definitely, if the opportunity comes and, training camp goes well and everything like that, and I'm able to step in, I think I could definitely fill that role.
And you look at this roster, there's not a real true point guard stopper, 94 feet quicker point guards. No offense to Tyler and Terry, they're different players. Do you think you could fill that role of being, I don't say stopper, but maybe a lockdown type of point guard defender?
Yeah, I mean, these guys are elite level athletes, so you're not locking anybody down. But I think, just trying to be that best, somebody that can come in and just even change the pace a little bit defensively, be able to pick up, maybe just disrupt or interrupt some of the flow that the other team may be having. I think that's always the goal whenever I come into the game, is to be a disruptor, and so I think I'm going to try to continue to do that. Yeah.
Players talk so much about how the mental aspect of the game is really important as well as the physical. So going through that injury recovery, how important was it to kind of keep you motivated?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would say almost more important than the actual rehab. Like, you got people on top of you making sure that you're doing that every day, but the mental aspect was definitely challenging at times. I think, pretty early on I kind of had to just flip the switch and kind of tell myself, you might as well, you're going to be going through this for 8 or 9 months, whether you are enjoying it or not, so you might as well come in with a good attitude and just try to make the best out of each day. So I think that was something that I really had to focus on, especially early on, but as the time kept going, it got a little easier.
Your career assisted turnover number is really, really good. Is that something you're aware of? Are those stats you know off the top of your head?
Honestly, no, they're not stats that I know off the top of my head, but if there's like one thing that really just gets under my skin, it's turning the ball over. And so I'm glad that you say that. I honestly didn't know that, but yeah, hopefully that can continue. But
Thanks so much.
Thank
you.
No problem. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you, never.
was some question as to whether or not you'd be back or not. So how pleased are you to be back?
I'm pumped, man. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah.
It feels great to be back in this Heat uniform, back with the guys, back with this Heat organization, man. It feels great to be here.
What do you think you can improve on based on like what you've learned about the team, what the demands on you, and what are your expectations of yourself in terms of role this year?
The expectations of myself don't fall short from what it was last year. Being a big that's out here, whether it's starting, coming off the bench, playing spot minutes, being that guy that you can depend on. On the offensive end, being able to be a versatile big on the inside and outside as well, consistently making three ball, and then defensively being a rim protector, being a defensive rebounder, offensive rebounder, and a guy that can control the rebound in the paint as well.
They obviously drafted another guy in your position. The goal, he's been a young guy before trying to make it. Are you planning on helping Khalil out, kind of bring him along in terms of that position?
I'm willing to help Khalil any way, shape, form that I can. He's a young big that's coming into the league. And some guys want some advice or anything. I'm always open. I'm open door for him for anything that he might want to talk about, need about, any advice about anything, man. But he's a really great, young, skilled big that's finding his way very quickly.
Can you talk about how important it is to kind of build that chemistry? I know you already have one season under your belt, but how's it important to kind of keep building that?
It's very important. You see teams that make long playoff runs, get to the finals. Those are the close teams, the teams that have been together for years. You look at teams like Dallas, Denver, Celtics. Guys have been together for years and years, gone through the camaraderie, been through the ups and downs. When you finally get there. So that's what I'm trying to do here with these guys, trying to build that camaraderie again this year as much as I can. And it's not going as blindsided, as it would be last year, being my first year being with this organization with guys that have been together for 3, 4, 5, 6 years together. Now it's going into my second year. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with the guys, learning their ins and outs and what they like to do and what they don't like to do as well.
Thomas Dikembe Mutombo just passed away today. How a legend like himself influenced your career?
He was a big. I used to watch when I was younger, man. Like literally, I used to steal my mom's computer and laptop, go on YouTube and watch his highlights, man. That's when you talk about all-time bigs and skill sets. He's if not number one, number two, if anything. So that's wow, I did not know that. R.I.P. to him, man.
Just like an hour ago.
Yeah. You just got announced, yeah.
58.
Yeah, like brain cancer, isn't it? Yeah.
That's the way they ended.
You guys have a great one.
You too.
Thanks, man. Characterized since I wasn't on the team for Summer League, but it felt to me watching you that you kind of changed your game up a little bit for what the Heat were expecting of you. Could you elaborate on that a little bit and how you've had to think about your game with this team?
Let's see, how have I had to change or reform my game? Really just be low maintenance, quick decisions, take my shots, and really guard up, take pride in playing defense. And that's what I tried to do, and that fueled everything else. And at that point, I was just playing basketball.
Did it feel, you're at a point in your career where you're trying to catch on, we understand where you are. How did that experience with Summer League really kind of change the trajectory of these, where you feel like you're going in your career?
Very promising for me. Obviously I can't tell the future. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is I keep on putting in the hours and just doing as I'm told and following instructions and taking constructive criticism correctly and just studying and watching film and just being a sponge, and who knows where it can go. But it is promising to see that the work that you put in the summer, just being vulnerable to the grind and a new organization has worked out. So I can't complain.
When you were choosing, where to sign up for Summer League, did the Heat's previous track record with developmental programs, did that factor in your decision?
I've known about what the Heat have done for players, journeymen per se, for a very long time. So, it's not a joke when I say that I messaged UD and told him, like, hey, I would like to come join the team. Like, what can we do? Like, I was serious about it. Like, I want to come. Because I know, as all of you guys know, I mean, Heat culture plastered on Kaseya Center. So I knew what it was, and it was just my job to do the work and earn it. Nobody was going to give it to me. I mean, anybody can put a word in, but at the end of the day, I have to go take what's mine. So that's what I tried to do, just listen, and they gave me the tools, and I really appreciate that, just them having me here. And from May, after playing in Sioux Falls, and just kind of giving me a blueprint on how I can play with the Heat.
We've spoken about summer playing more as a 3-and-D.
Yeah.
What's that transition been like these last 2 months in summer league? And is there a guy that you've seen kind of make a similar transition that you've still?
Let's see. Who's made that transition to a 3-and-D? It's a lot of 3-and-D guys. Well, let me answer your first question. It's been fun. And might be a little easier on the body, too. Let's jump it. But I mean, defense has always been fun. Just fun fact, when I first started playing basketball, I played up with my big brother Caleb and all of his homies and whatnot, and he's 2 years older than me, so I couldn't score the ball for nothing. I get a fast break layup, I'm running down, I'm gonna jump stop and then shoot it off the glass. That was my first role in basketball, was just to play defense and be a pest, and everybody knew that. So it's nothing new that I'm doing, just taking more pride and ownership. I got really good at basketball at a young age, and I fell in love with scoring the ball and putting it on the floor and being a dancer. But now, just being able to take pride on defense and understanding what the league is and what a team wants from me is really key.
How far do you feel like your shot is coming? Like, just catch and shoot.
Oh, really far. Yeah, like, as long as I get my feet set and I let it fly, I feel like I got a good shot at it going in.
You talked about the highs and lows of playing basketball. Can you just kind of talk about how more important maybe is to have the mental as well as the physical?
Yeah, now the mental is important. Just being able to understand that basketball is a game, and at the same time, if I was to have a conversation with myself when I was like 15, what do you think? Just simply, oh, he's in the NBA. Good job. Like, that can help somebody's mental no matter what you're going through. And understanding that you've been playing basketball all your life, you're struggling. I don't know, maybe go on YouTube, watch the film, go look at yourself, look good, maybe watch yourself look bad, and then just dissect everything from there. And typically when you watch film, it doesn't look as bad as how you felt about it before you watched it. So really just try to stay level-headed, understand that grind is inevitable, and it's not going to be the last time you struggle or just I struggle. This won't, I'm happy to be in a Heat jersey, but like the story's not over. Like, it's going to be more roadblocks, more things I'm going to have to plow through. So just understanding that.
MGM Remix Sports Media. Josh, what's going on, my guy? You've been the most stylish, drippiest hoopers coming up.
I appreciate it.
Along the way. What's your favorite designer at the moment, and what kind of shoes are you looking to display this season?
My favorite designer right now, I'm like well, first shout out to my brother's brand, Sloan & Bennett. I gotta get a suit from Brody real soon, but designer, I like Ventmonts, I like Balenciaga, I like Rick, kind of like the grunge, brutalist type vibe. Obviously Jordan, you know what I'm saying, members. But as far as shoes this season, I mean, on court, the 39s look really good. I know Bam's Jordan too, so hopefully I could like get a pair of his PEs and a 14, whatever he rocks, throw a 14 in me, I gotta have a conversation with him. But yeah, whatever Jordan has to offer, they make fly stuff. So they just had the little Supreme drop too, the collab. Yeah, shout out Jumpman. Sure. Right on, brother.
Thank you, man. Josh, I'm Cooper.
What's going on?
What made you want to come here after some reflection?
A lot of different things. Not being here, I can see why. I think I made the right decision. Just the Heat culture from afar, I admired Spo. I'm a big Pat Riley fan, a Godfather, so just a lot of different things got going on.
Are there any expectations for what your role is going to be as far as playing time rotation?
We'll see when the season starts. Yeah, let's see how it plays out.
Was the discussions with the Heat purely done through your agent, or did you get a call from Spo or from Pat Riley?
Mostly through my agent, but I talked to Spo too before I made the decision.
And what did, not asking obviously for secrets, but what generally did Spo say that influenced your decision?
I'm keep that decision.
Okay. Your admiration for him over the years, just from afar, has been what?
Man, just the way they develop guys, no matter the age, no matter the years, they just get everybody better. I think that's why I'm so far the development of any player, any type of player.
Does it make it easier for you, I don't mean in a bad way, having been through so many teams that your whole career has been about adjustments, and maybe you've sort of seen it all already. So does it make it easier for you maybe to hit the ground running because there's probably not an NBA thing you haven't seen at some point?
I guess. Yeah, a little bit because I play on different teams. So I guess that's a pro of it. Yeah, I can adjust or mesh well with different teams.
And when you see this roster, how do you think perhaps your particular skill set might help or augment this roster?
I think it can help a lot. I haven't played with everybody yet, so we're just going to see how the training camp goes, and I think it'll get better once we actually practice all together.
Everyone knows about the Heat way and Heat culture, and obviously some things have changed from 20 years ago in terms of way to practice. But was there anyone that you approached and friends in the league who have played here that gave you feedback on what it's like?
Everybody I've talked to, I ain't going to say no names, have said different things. Obviously, it's not as, I don't know, the stories are out there. It's not like that as it once was. So, but it's still a great culture, hard-working culture, so I'm glad to be a part of it.
Jimmy's been a guy here for a while, but I'm curious as to when you're making your decision to come here, how much of a selling point now is Bam? Not just what he does defensively, but how he can make scores like he's a screen setter.
I think Bam's a phenomenal player. I think anybody would love to play with Bam on both sides of the floor. So I think he's a big selling point, not just me, anybody that wants to play with.
I'm Jim, Remix Sports Media. Alec, you've been blessed to be a part of many franchises across your career. What was it about Miami that stood out to you on and off the court?
Off the court, Miami's Miami. I don't think it needs no selling point. And on the court, just all the team, the players I could play with, the coach, just everything. Just to being a part of the culture, the culture. I think that was a big thing.
Maybe with this being media day, just having a little bit of fun. If there was a movie about your life, what actor would you like?
Dude from Snowfall, was it Damus? Diane?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I want him to.
And then obviously, you've heard this before. Athletes always want to be entertainers don't want to be athletes. You ever tried to make bars in the past?
Never will, never have. I know my lane. It's out there.
What's the most exciting thing about a training camp with a new situation like this?
Just another year in the league. I think that's the most exciting thing for me.
I saw you working on your Spanish back there.
It was bad.
How's your Spanish so far in Miami?
It's terrible.
What's your favorite food so far that you have tried here? You got here?
Favorite food? I mean, I've been here a lot. Obviously, Miami, but I'm a big Carbone fan.
Carbone fan?
Big Carbone.
You like the colada too? It's called the espresso coffee?
I know my wife does.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm not a coffee person. I'm a Red Bull guy. I need caffeine.
Thank you.
No
Thank
problem.
you. What's up?
A little bit of a question mark about what's going to happen this offseason. How encouraging you feel to be back, and what did it get dicey at any point that you didn't think you were going to do?
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting offseason for sure. Being a free agent and all. Happy to be back. Glad it worked out, and happy to be here. Ready to get to work.
What kind of role are you expecting now that you've kind of solidified your place in the NBA in a sense?
Yeah, pretty much the same role as last year. Probably just trying to keep getting better to be one of those top 3-and-D guys in the league. Also, adding a little bit more to my game offensively a little bit. Just being more confident, shooting the ball more, being more aggressive, and just really being that lockdown defender.
Having lost Caleb, there's a lot of young guys now on the team that haven't really proved themselves on defense, so you're the one of the guys that are really going to be relied upon. Do you feel sort of a responsibility defensively now from the team level that you maybe didn't feel when you're trying to solidify yourself?
Maybe a little bit, but I feel like I can't really replace everything that Caleb left. He's a great player in his own. Shout out to him. But I'm just gonna do what I do, bring that tenacity on defense, bring that energy. We got good defenders, Bam, me, Jimmy, J. Rich is a good defender. Jaime's getting better. Nico's getting better. And Terry's a pretty good defender as well. So, I definitely want to be that defensive leader, kind of like, not the anchor. That's kind of Bam's job. But just want to be that guy who's just, picking up everybody's full court, getting the crowd involved, making them plays, getting deflections, all that.
Some of the stars that you heard from recruiting and free agency, how flattering was that to get those kind of texts? They would.
No, I mean, that was very, very, I wouldn't imagine getting a text from, Hall of Fame people like Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant. I grew up a big Kevin Durant fan, so it was a very cool experience for me just to see that, people are reaching out and people think that I can add value to their team.
Okay, but can you just kind of talk about the preparation that you had this offseason? Was it any different than in previous years, or was it sort of the same?
I mean, it's pretty much the same for me. All about the body, weight room, conditioning, getting in the gym, working on things that I know I'm going to be doing on the court, which is basically shooting threes, cutting, playing off the ball, and a lot of stuff like that, just making sure I'm in tip-top shape. Just having fun. Summer basketball is the best time. You get to work on your game, do different things I don't really get to do necessarily when I'm here. But just working on my game overall, trying to just be a better overall basketball player.
We're having a little bit of fun. If you had a movie about your life, who would you want to be the actor?
The actor? I'm not even good with actors' names nowadays. I mean, my life, actor. My mind is all over the place.
Better yet, they always say somebody has a look-alike. Who's people told you in the past?
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah.
People told me I look like Nick Cannon, Fabulous a little bit, and a little bit of Paul George.
All right, with that being said, if you were a rapper, who would be best to suit your style, or who would you say your style would be?
Okay. My style, I'm very laid back and chill. I feel like, it's kind of like Gunna, he's a great artist, but he's very chill with he's soft-spoken, very chill with his words, and he just lets his rap do the talking for him.
And last, you always hear ballers want to be entertainers and entertainers want to be ballers. You got any bars in yourself? You ever spit bars in the past?
I've tried a little bit, but I don't really have the vocabulary. I can't do it. I mean, I can put together like a couple bars, but I can't do like a whole verse or feature. I can't do that at all. But it is true. We definitely want to be like them, and they want to be like us. It's crazy.
Appreciate you, guys.
MGM, Remix Sports Media. Hey, welcome back to the Heat. You've been putting a lot of work in. Reading lines to the sports group. What was it like to play in the Pro League room? And how do you feel going into the season?
Appreciate you. Playing in the program is just fun. Get out there and compete against some of the best players in Miami, some of the best teams. They got Remy's team. I think Dream won it last year. So that's always fun. And then it's just great to be back in Miami. This is like my second home, third home. I've been here for years and years. My daughter lives here, like I said in the past, and I'm glad to be here. I mean, nothing gets better than this type of weather, to be honest with you. So I'm happy to be back, and just excited for another season. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
How close were you to, talking to other teams, like maybe actually leaving, or did you think that was going to be an actual possibility?
I mean, a little bit. Definitely talked to a few teams, but everything happens for a reason. I'm meant to be here, and I'm glad to be here.
All right, thanks.
You've always been a team guy doing whatever's asked you. Any part of you that would like to be considered to start at 4? Obviously, you're effective coming off the bench, and Nico's effective starting, vice versa too. That doesn't matter at the stage of your career.
I mean, listen, I just want to be on the court impacting winning, whether that's starting, coming off the bench. Obviously, I want to play. Right. That's just me just being a competitor. I've taken my years here and, sat the bench a couple of times and kind of, went through the process. So obviously now at this point in my career, I want to be playing. But either way, starting, not starting, I'm just here just to help us win games and, just to do what I got to do.
Thanks so much,
No problem.
Last year, we were most improved conversations, and I know we all made a big deal about it. You didn't want us to make a big deal about it, but kind of reflecting on the improvement and the changes to your game last year, is there anything that you kind of looked at this summer that you want to continue to evolve in?
Yeah, just keep
pushing it, keep trying to improve. I'm going to keep it super vague in general, and just let, hopefully the product and the results speak for itself. But, trying not to put any limitations on what I can be as a player and continuing to try to grow and improve. That's what, this thing's all about.
You guys as a team haven't necessarily been ranking-wise on offense where you wanted to be the last couple of years, but you have a lot of shot creators, you got a lot of shooters this year. How do you think this is all going to come together to get the offense to where you want it to be?
Yeah, the potential is there. The reality is potential is just a word that's meaningless unless you're willing to invest in the process of what it requires to ultimately improve. So I think the urgency is going to be really high this year right from the beginning. I think everybody, we've had a group here that we've had some continuity with now, and I think everyone's kind of tired of being in the middle of the pack or bottom third when it comes to offense. Because we all know we're capable, so it's going to just be about finding solutions and making it happen.
Duncan, when you look at what's happened around the East with Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges with New York, Paul George with Philadelphia, even Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the Magic, you guys have largely remained stagnant. What's your thoughts? Is there a heightened amount of competition in the East you're looking at, or is there a heightened sense of what this team can be when healthy?
Yeah, we're obviously acknowledging what's going around the league, particularly in the East, but at the same time, the majority of our focus is just on this group. We understand what we're capable of doing, and you mentioned obviously health is a huge part of being successful in making runs, and you can't always control that, but for this group we're focused on what we can control, which is whoever's available on a given night, and that's starting in training camp, building those habits and that continuity right from the beginning.
Duncan, every summer you got something to your back. What part of your game improved this summer?
Yeah, I don't know if you caught it earlier. I'm staying away from specifics. You're just going to get a lot of general, but just trying to continue to improve. Be more than just somebody who's running around the 3-point line. Obviously, staying consistent with that, of course, is always a goal. But trying to be more of a dynamic offensive and defensive player.
Duncan, since it's media day, it might be a little bit of fun.
Love that. Yeah, let's do it.
If there was a movie, what actor would you want to play you if you know you?
I would say I'm not as good looking as him, but maybe like a Ryan Reynolds.
Damn.
Yeah, he's got some height too. Maybe like a younger Vince Vaughn. I don't know if I have that charismatic of a personality, but he's electric as well. So I'd say, or maybe like a hybrid of the two. If you could create some sort of hybrid, that'd be fun.
And leave out the stereotypes. If you were to be a rapper, who would you be?
What does leave out the stereotypes?
You already know what I mean.
If I were to be a rapper, this is a kind of a lesser known rapper. He just dropped an album on Friday. There's a guy by the name of Nick D. He's kind of he kind of lives in this in between of like singer, songwriter, rapper. Big fan of his. He's got some good stuff. He's also tall and used to hoop, so I would throw him in the mix.
And with that being said, ballers want to be rappers and rappers want to be ballers.
Yeah.
Do you spit bars at times?
I do not spit bars. I retired my rapping career at a young age and have left that door closed for quite some time now. I do appreciate music, not just rap, a variety of genres, but I don't have any aspirations of becoming a rapper.
How do you feel health-wise heading into training camp?
I feel good, man. I'm excited for another year, another training camp. So a long summer of getting right. So excited to get it going.
MGM Remix Sports Media. Duncan, you recently just posterized one of the trainers on social media. Is it safe to say that's a message across the league not to jump with you this season?
That's not a trainer. That's Wayne Ellington, 13-year NBA vet. No, Wayne's the best. I wouldn't say expect that, but you got to keep people on their toes, mix it up every now and then.
Hey Duncan, which game on the schedule are you most looking forward to?
The first one. Yeah.
There's no one who can shoot like you, but Alec Burks as a shooter, what's impressed you over the years with him?
Oh, just his ability to make tough shots and do it in a variety of forms, off the dribble, catch and shoot, off balance. He's super dynamic as a shooter, so I'm excited we've been playing a bunch in pickup, but excited to compete with him in training camp and forward.
I asked you about Ware when we talked on the call
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. I want to ask you about Larson as well. From what you've seen in very deliberate game,
Yeah.
what stands out to you about him?
I love his temperament. You know, he's very, he has this kind of like stoic approach to him, very simple, quiet, but at the same time he has this kind of like aura of toughness, which I appreciate, and competitive spirit. So he's been fun to go against and pick up, and will be fun to compete against in training camp.
Let's meet you.
You obviously could have gone to a couple different places. I know you're looking at a bunch of different teams, so why the Heat?
Just, I feel like it was somewhere, like the vibe I got from here was that they wanted me the most. And looking at their track record, they've had a lot of successful players like myself, underdogs who just kind of need that chance, who have that fire, who have that will to compete. So I just felt like it was a great fit for me, truth be told. Heard great things. Me and Wayne Ellington have a connection through Carolina, so he hit me up, reached out to me, gave me some great insights. So I just feel like it made sense, and not just for the moment, but even big picture as well.
Is Caleb Martin one of those guys you look at, especially because he had played a few years?
Yeah, for sure. Especially in regards to recency, just watching his success that he's had last year and on their run, to the finals and stuff like that. And that's definitely, an example of, type of situation that I feel like I could flourish in.
What do you feel like you need to prove or show in training camp?
I don't feel like I need to show anything that they don't know about me already. I think I just need to kind of double down on what they, expect me to do. Compete, play hard, show that I can hit shots, space the floor when needed. But I think, primarily, that's what they value is dudes that's going to have that grit, that toughness, who's going to defend, be tenacious and whatever it is, try to win games. So I think, for me, showing that is what's going to, get me the farthest.
Last year they played more drop just because of personnel, but in theory Bam is, you can switch pretty much anything alongside Bam. Is that someone you're looking forward to playing with, and do you feel like, because you're a switchable guy too, that you can fit next to him?
For sure. I can really guard, and, being on the court with multiple guys that can guard just makes your job a lot easier, and it just makes it fun, man. When you're on a team that takes pride in playing defense and you getting stops and you locking up the opponent, it's just it's like this infectious energy. So it's indescribable, man. I love it. So I'm excited to kind of get that chance to compete with the guys in that kind of way.
Well, this is a little different position for you as far as nothing being guaranteed. Well, kind of how do you approach the situation on camp in these next few weeks as you try to make the roster?
Yeah, just put your best foot forward. Compete every day. Knowing that whatever happens, that you gave it your all, and because of that, you can live with the results regardless of what happens.
Was there any other opportunity you had where maybe you think you might have had a better chance of sticking on a deal all season? And if there were, why did you still opt for Miami?
To me, to your point, I think I can answer both of those in one question. Is just that with Miami, it just felt like they value the type of player that I am the most. There was other opportunities, but I just felt like, the reputation that Miami has with players like myself, and just kind of the conversations I had with, the staff around here, it wasn't to that extent with any of the other organizations. So I just felt like they wanted me, and I think that's kind of what matters, when it comes to making decisions like that. You want the team that you're considering to want you as much as you want to go there, and I definitely felt like they wanted me here the most as well. So I felt like it was a good, good cohesive, situation right there.
What is it about your skill set that you kind of told that they like, and they kind of see for you as a fit?
The versatility, being able to guard multiple positions, being able to hit shots, being able to, use my length, my athleticism, to guard guys, pick up full court. You can plug me in. I can, be a short roller, pick a pop, whatever the case may be. And I've played with dudes and I have experience. I've played with great players. I know how to play off of great players. So I think they just valued all those things.
How much work have you put into that three-point shot? How improved do you feel like it is at this point?
Yeah, I put a lot of work in. The league is, big on space on the court. So it's been like the primary focus going into every workout, like most people. And I think it's made a lot, large strides. Over the course of my career, it's been, trending up. Last year was, a tough situation for me. But if you look at the year previous before that, I shot 37%. So, I have the ability to hit shots. Just got to get a rhythm.
I'm confident I'll be able to knock them down.
Where you were in your career this summer, was there any point where you considered like going overseas, taking that role?
Nah, they had waived me late, and I knew the market, was tough. But I'm confident, my abilities as a player. I worked out for 4 teams, and I got feedback from all the teams, and they all echoed the same thing. He's an NBA player, so I was confident that something would show up. Whether it was guaranteed or not, I just felt like I needed an opportunity, and I believe in myself enough, to take the most of it.
All right.
Thank you, man.
You're
welcome.
Thank you. MTM Remix Sports Media. What's going on?
How you doing, bro?
It's been a long time since his OCP days with your brother Ronaldo.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
First question I guess we gotta ask is, are you fully cleared and you're good to go physically?
Yeah.
Healthy?
Yeah. I am.
So how was that? I know you wish you were healthier during the Olympic experience, but how was it all for you in the entire experience? And what did you kind of learn about your own game?
It was pretty fun. Even though I wasn't really healthy, it was pretty fun to experience everything. I played in 3 of the games, so I'm happy I had a chance to experience that. So yeah, that's about it.
So you spent a lot of time last year starting 4 and played really well. If you look at all the previews and stuff around there, people saying that the 4 spot is kind of unsettled rotation-wise.
Yeah.
Spo talked about the 4 guys and not the 5th this year. Is your goal to be the starting power forward, next month?
I mean, of course. A lot of things can happen, but I feel like I have a chance to fight for the spot, and that's about it. We'll see what's going to happen. I'm going to give everything what I have, and I guess we'll decide after that.
What do you feel like you need to improve on right now?
I mean, everything. I think there's so many things I can improve on. I'm continuing to improve, and it depends, what they need from me. We have so many great players, and you just gotta fit around them, and it really depends what does the team actually needs.
Nico, what's your status for camp? Are you full go? Or You told us the other day that you might be a little slower coming in and working up. So are you full contact 5-on-5 from the beginning?
Yeah.
When did you reach that point? Has that been recently that you started doing that?
I mean, I started playing pickup already 2 weeks ago, so it's been I had a great 2 weeks. I had great last 2 weeks, so I really feel really good.
Since you're only still 21, are you still growing? What are you listing yourself at now?
I mean, I don't know. I hope I'm not actually growing.
Really?
I hope I'm done with this.
Duly noted.
How tall are you now? Have you gotten?
I don't know exactly. I haven't measured in a while, so I hope I have that answer soon.
Thank you.
So you want to improve as a post player. How much work? I know you're obviously limited for some of the things behind you. How much work do you put into your game? Where do you put in your game inside?
I mean, I did a lot of it since I came back, and I feel like I improved a lot. It's all about, I feel like getting in the right spots, using my body to get the right spot, and then just trying to be consistent from those spots around the basket, and that's about it. I really think I did a lot. I mean, as much as I could since I came, so yeah, that's about it.
Should I adopt the Cooper Moorhead or still try to pretend?
You can pretend.
Thank you.
I was going to ask you one more biggest area of growth for you. Remember, we talked last year, you talked about rebounding. What you made so many strides in different areas. What now you think is the next frontier for you to advance your game?
I feel like just stay healthy, stay consistent. It's really important for me to stay consistent and play as much games as I can. So, and also I feel like I got into building my shot, where I can be a great shooter. We have so many great drivers, where I'm going to be open for sure at one point. So that's about it.
We saw you over 40% on threes a large stretch of last year. What to you is a realistic goal of where you want to be on threes, percentage-wise?
I mean, I would love to be around there.
Yeah, around 40.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like everything above 36 is probably really good, I guess. So yeah, if I can be around 40, I feel like that's pretty good.
And then from a defensive standpoint, you've made progress. Where's the next step? Is it footwork? Is it in the post against bigger guys? Is it against smaller guys?
I would say
switches?
it's more off-ball defense. You know, I feel like at this point, one-on-one defense is not really. It's not really a problem for me. I think I can be a lot better in off-ball defending and helping other guys, especially with my size. I feel like I can help other guys defend too.
Thanks so much, Nico.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.